As a principal, oftentimes you want to monitor groups of students that don't fit within a particular class. And so you want to create a specific type of group that you can group together, view all of their information in one view, but also select the criteria for that group of students. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to create a different type of student tracking group. So underneath the orange ribbon student tracker groups, I'm going to navigate to student tracker. And this different type of group is actually called a manual group. So if you've watched the other videos about automatic groups, basically you set up criteria, and if the students meet that criteria, they're part of the group. Now, in some instances, so for example, if you're identifying groups of students that might be using a tier 3 reading strategy, then sometimes you want to pull up a group of students that based on a criteria, but you want to manually identify based on all of the information you know about the student, whether they're part of that group or not. So I'm going to go into create manual group, and you'll notice that it does look similar to the automatic group in the sense that you have this left area for filter types. You'll have the second area or the middle area where you can specify the type of filter or the specificity of that filter. And then on the right hand side, you'll see that there is that student area. So you'll see that the filtered students, there's no students available, and that the group members, there is also no students available. So maybe I'm creating a reading intervention in my school, and so the first thing I want to do is pull up a list of students within a particular grade. So I'm going to apply my grade 9 filter now, and you'll see that I've returned 67 students. And maybe I want to refine this criteria a little bit more. Maybe I want to look at students with an IEP. And so I'll navigate to the demographics filter area, and I'll scroll down to IEP equals yes, and then I'll apply that filter as well. So I'm going to look at these 18 students first to identify who my group members are. And you'll notice that the group members top tab returns 0 students. So maybe based on what I know about these students, maybe this second student, the fifth student, and the sixth student might all really benefit from a reading intervention program. And so I can select, multi-select, or click the top radio button to select all of them. But essentially, you just want to add these students to the group. And you'll notice after I clicked that Add Students, you'll see that under Group Members top tab, it identifies that there are 3 students. And you'll see that these 3 students, number 2, 5, and 6, are now part of this group. So at this point, you could individually remove a student, or if you want to remove all students, you can do that as well. You can export this group of students as a PDF, Excel, or CSV file type. Or if you want to save this group, you can press continue. So again, you can go back to the filtered students. If you want to remove all the criteria, you can, and you can load different types of filters to help create your group. So maybe this is one group of students that I want to target, the grade 9 students that have an IEP, and maybe there's another criteria. Maybe I want to look at grade 10 students that maybe demographics that are, I'm going to just reset this filter, and maybe I want to look at those that are identify as male. So I'm going to apply that filter. So now you'll see I have the male filter applied. I actually forgot to press apply filter here for grade 10. So you'll see those 2 filters that appear, and down below you'll see all the grade 10 boys in the student list. You'll notice that those 3 group members are still there. So in the manual group, if you remove the criteria, that does not remove the students that are in this group, but rather it allows you to pull up different groups of filtered students. And so maybe I want student 4, 11, and 12 to be added to this group as well. So I can add the student. And now you'll see that I have 6 members in this group. So the manual group really allows you to look at all students within your building, apply criteria, but allows you to use your professional judgment to identify whether individual students are part of this group or not. So I'm going to click continue, and maybe this is reading a reading group. It could be a tier 3 intervention. You can include a start date, so perhaps the first day of school. I'm going to keep this as a locked group and freeze the data because these are the students that are going to be part of this intervention. Um, and I'm going to keep this group private, or perhaps you want to share it with another educator within your school. And because I'm at a school, I'm going to save this as a school target and a school type. And then click Save. And so this manual group is great because it allows you to group these students. And in this scenario, they're grade 9 and grade 10 students, but I can view their information all in one view. So under this reading group tier 3, you can see that I am following the group. So I may receive email notifications, but I can look at their group profile. So the group profile is very similar to the class profile, but now I can look at them together in one view. The great thing is that I can change the information within the student table below, so I can identify which secondary subject achievement information is provided in the table. I can look at elementary subjects. I can look at EQAO information and perhaps other assessment data that the school board loads into the teacher portal. If you have a long list, you can also filter this list based on a particular class. So if you're a student success teacher and perhaps you're looking at a particular or a few classes in one period, you can refine this list of students based on their class and or their grade.